right. Oh, I should have checked DLIT.
Yes. Loud and clear.
Awesome sauce.
Still trying to figure out. There it goes. Aha. Pull it. I can pull it up on my phone.
Nice.
Yeah. The wonders of modern technology. Isn't it great?
Once you get it all figured out, it's all good.
That is true.
Let's see if I can turn you up just a little on my end. And I'm going to hit record on my end.
There we go.
All right. Hi, guys.
Hello.
This is Drew.
This is Jacob from Studio, I guess, C now.
I think you're still technically A, no matter where you're physically located.
Yeah, that is true. It is Studio A. It's in a bigger apartment.
You're Studio A. I'm Studio B.
Yeah.
Stitch is present. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh! So we are reviewing again for our audience because we were going to review Finding Jesus. Oh my gosh!
We both watched the film in preparation.
We did. That was a nightmare.
And we will get to it next year.
Next year.
I think both Jacob and me agree we won't need to rewatch it.
No. There was a part of me when I was watching this and my lovely wife is sitting over the dining room table watching my reaction. I wish she would have recorded some of it because I would be watching this atrocity of not even a movie. It's more like segments. Yeah. Like, oh, our characters go do this with the same animation.
So our friend,
I'm just sitting here just hand palming myself the entire time.
Our friend Francisco, aka Roy of the Retro Rewind podcast, his least favorite movie, as we all know, is Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh yeah,
and he claims the reason he does not like it is because it's a series of skits that are barely sewn together with any sort of plot to make sure they all go together, instead of it being, a legitimate plot-driven film.
You know what? In some aspects, I can agree with that. In some aspects, I can agree with that.
I understand, but at least Monty Python has a plot thread.
Yes.
Finding Jesus does not.
No. Definitely your main character is called Muggle.
Yeah, I wonder where they got that word from.
Yeah.
But granted, I don't know if Muggle is actually a British euphemism for something that she appropriated.
I don't know.
But that's beside the point.
Yes. All right. So, so obviously we're supposed to have recording last. What was that? We
were going to originally record a week ago last Friday.
That's right.
For Finding Jesus.
Yeah.
And everything was looking good as far as I knew until what? When I checked in with you at 5, I think?
About 5 o'clock. About 5 o'clock.
Just to see how you were feeling, because I knew it was going to be iffy if you were even going to be up to it. We were going to do the similar process to how we're doing it tonight.
Yeah.
And you just were not ready.
No, I was not feeling it all.
Which is fair. And
yeah,
and then come Sunday, you were feeling better, but you had some issues that morning. So I had said, why don't we could just skip Finding Jesus if you want to?
Yeah.
Hold off and do that next year. And you agreed to do that.
Yeah.
And then we were going to do Night of the Zoopocalypse last Friday.
Mm-hmm. Last Friday.
And at 3 o'clock, when I got off, I texted to see how you were feeling. Knew you had issues over the course of the week.
Yes.
And I even suggested we doing this procedure, and you weren't up for this either. So
yeah.
Monday.
Yeah, the procedure in question, to let our audience know, 2 weeks ago on that Thursday, ironically, I had kidney stone removal. And just say the first 24 hours are the worst. It is horrible. I would highly not recommend it to anybody. So I had the surgery. I missed most of a week of work, and my lovely wife, one of her uncles passed away, and so we went to Dallas for the funeral. And I was having issues, and then had to go to an emergency ER for an issue, which my bladder would not empty. So
Yeah, that's an issue.
yeah, so they had to do procedures to do that, and I'm still dealing with that and that was on the first and the second because we didn't get done until like 1:30 in the morning. And
Hmm.
so I have an appointment to get the stent in that's in my left kidney or my left urethra to get that done, to get that out, and yeah, to remove another thing. So yeah, we're not going to go into that detail. So
Yeah,
and yeah,
that's
just
very
lovely,
fair.
lovely stuff.
Sorry, I'm trying to send stuff out.
Oh, no worries.
I
I
am
need to do
listening.
I need to do the exact same thing.
I accidentally put the wrong message in this chat. It was sending the link to join the chats, join the stream. It's like, oh, that's the wrong thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I've had a very interesting 2 weeks.
Hopefully, all of our
Yes.
delays for the year are behind us.
Yes, yes, it is. Be like I think this morning I was not feeling well, and
Which
so
was a
I
concern. At least I was concerned.
well I do appreciate your concerns, Drew. I really do.
I'm concerned for you specifically.
Yes,
Don't get me
I'm
wrong.
aware.
But
I'm aware.
there's a part of me that's like, well, this is this collaboration of ours, this grand collaboration of 6 years. We haven't been able to do it in a while.
Yeah, it happens. Heck, we didn't do it for a month because your Studio B flooded,
And I get that. Which is why I have been very patient.
which I appreciate.
But at the same time, was it June that you were out for a bit because of your dad? I think.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
mean, we both have paid each other back for this multiple
Yeah.
times.
Exactly. Yeah, because as far as I remember, you have something coming up at the end of this month, I think.
It's mid-November, but we're going to use the same process that we're doing tonight.
Okay.
So in a way,
Okay.
this is a test run, except it's going to be backwards.
Oh, okay.
So heads up for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm going to be streaming from a hotel room
Oh, okay.
over iPads.
Yes, that's gonna be a very interesting recording. And plus, like always, drink a lot of water.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes, Ashley was telling me, your lovely wife, yesterday, to remind you incessantly to drink water.
You're not kidding.
And she said that was not that suggestion was not going away anytime soon.
No, I think this is my 5th bottle today.
Oh my word, I've been there.
Yes. Yes.
Not because of your situation, but I've been there. I bet you've made a lot of trips to the relief room there for it too.
With the current situation is I don't have to. If you catch my drift.
Want to know more?
No, you don't. You don't.
So on that note,
yeah, a bunch of pleasantries you really don't want to talk about, but like I'm an open book about things. I don't mind talking about things, but I know other people who are very sensitive to things. Like, oh my gosh, I want that in my head.
I'm just imagining that after you get the stent out, you're going to be like standing in a restroom for like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Your legs will go tired before you get done.
Oh gosh, you're not kidding. You're not kidding.
The other thing. No, you're welcome, patrons. By the way,
you're totally welcome, guys.
On that note,
you don't want the crappy details. We'll say that.
Yeah. You ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
The Cellcast is recorded in front of a live streaming audience.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cellcast. Joining me today is a man who does not want anything to do with the gummy zombie bunny. Welcome, Jacob.
Oh my gosh. It'd be like if he was eatable and I didn't become a zombie myself, I think I'd be fine. But no, get that little critter away from me.
Right.
Why, thank you. Let me introduce our co-host, a man who just wants to be by himself, get away from the pack, and turns out he really needs his pack. Welcome, Drew.
Sometimes a man's got to do what a man's got to do. But
True.
technically, in the context of this film, we're animals. So
Acting like a bunch of animals.
anyway, yeah, tonight we are beginning our Halloween month coverage with Nights of the Zoopocalypse.
Ooh.
And
Halloween month.
As a bit of a programming note, for those of you who are not patrons and didn't already hear this already, last episode, we did say that we were going to be reviewing Finding Jesus on this episode, but because of scheduling issues and somebody getting a stone zapped out of his kidney.
Yeah, medical issues.
Yeah.
We can put it like that.
Unfortunately, we had to take that episode out of the rotation.
Oh my gosh.
It'll come back next year. We won't have to rewatch it.
I was so disappointed we had to skip Finding Jesus because I was so excited.
You're the one who, my brother in Christ, you put Finding Jesus on the list.
Oh yeah, I know. I didn't know how horrendous this thing was.
Right.
But yeah, so now we're moving on to spooky season.
And one other last little programming note for those of you listening in, you may notice that Jacob's audio is a little different. Maybe a little not as good as it normally is.
Yeah.
And that's because Jacob is streaming from his apartment in Studio A. And the audio is a little crunchy even on my end. So that's why that's doing that. But I don't know when so we're just going to move on.
Yes.
So yeah, Night of the Zoopocalypse. Why don't we go ahead and jump into our spoiler-free thoughts on this?
Yes.
Certified fresh and spoiler-free.
So yeah, this is my first viewing. I had heard about this film, I think, either in the last year or beginning of this year. I'm not sure which, because I'm not entirely sure when this came out specifically.
It came out in France in 2024.
Right, but I don't know when it came out here. But I do remember hearing about it when it came out, because I remember thinking it was a Zootopia spinoff when I first heard about it, and it's not. So
March of this year.
So I'm fairly certain Heather Morgan, who sends us all the links to all the cool news.
Oh yeah.
Told
That's
us
where I heard about it.
So thank you once again for that, Heather. But this was the first time I'd watched it. I had no idea what I was in what I was in stock for, whatever the word is. And if y'all remember when we reviewed Ernest and Celestine, I mentioned how I have a kickback, a nasty reaction when I see too many production companies involved.
Oh yeah,
any film.
Yeah, this one included,
because this is a French film, and apparently anyone who donated $1 gets to have their company name at the front of these things.
Apparently,
in France. But I will say that my fears were unfounded in that instance.
True.
This is a cool little children's zombie horror flick.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the best way to describe what goes on. I mean, they are zombies by all technical accounts, just not zombies in the way we think of them.
True.
It's very much a Night of the Living Dead sort of thing.
Yeah. But cartooned up.
Yeah, cartooned up and
with animals.
Color. It would have been interesting to see this in like a black and white version. I think.
Oh, good night. That'd been amazing.
Yeah. But
with how colorful this movie is.
Oh yeah, it would have been interesting to see that in a kind of an old school black and white sort of thing, maybe even with a little bit of a grain filter on it.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that'd been awesome.
But besides that, I thought the film was done very well. It is very kid friendly as long as your kids can deal with spooky imagery of gummy animals coming apart and coming together and eating each other.
Oh, good night. Yeah.
It's very interesting how this thing finally ends. But yeah, I enjoyed watching the film. It was a good, fun little romp, and yeah, definitely, I think you should go watch it. What are your thoughts, Jacob? Again
to Heather Morgan, thank you so much for pointing this movie out. I think when it was going to be released in France, and they were talking about Viz Video bringing it here, or Viz
Mhm.
Kids bringing it over here. And I remember reading that article. It was like, okay, it sounds cool because it's very colorful. It's almost like neon. It's almost like a neon kind of color
Yeah.
about everything. I love that kind of how they use the color effects on
Mhm.
everything. It's beautiful. Like I try to do that in my art, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was happily surprised with this film after bad movie month. This was a
Yeah.
nice palate cleanser in more ways than one, and I am truly grateful that we got to watch this, and because I feel like I put it on the list, right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
this one was yours.
Yes.
The bad movie
Um,
month and Halloween month back and forth did not line up for whatever reason, but it was yours on
yes.
the list.
Yes. Uh, yeah, this is a fantastic film. It's done very well, animation wise. It's incredibly be like the animation style is unique.
Mm-hmm.
The how it's animated is unique. The the ragtag of survivors in this movie are unique. All around, this movie is fantastic, and it is worth a watch. Go stream it. It is. Where is this thing? Oh yeah, it's on Prime.
It was
It's
on
on Prime
Prime.
Video. Prime Video. It's free if you remember. So go check it out. Again, like Drew said, if your if your children gets like fidgety about this kind of stuff, be like maybe
Mm-hmm.
not for little ones, but definitely for like yeah, go watch. Even if you're an adult, go watch this. This is a
Yeah,
fantastic film. Highly recommend it.
indeed. So why don't we go ahead and jump into the spoiler-filled section of our review of the film?
Yes.
The following is a spoiler-filled review for the film Night of the Zoopocalypse. Listener discretion is advised. Night of the Zoopocalypse was directed by Ricardo Curtis, who directed 4 episodes of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe,
Dun, 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 dun.
and Rodrigo Perez Castro, who directed something called Coati. And I think that was his only other directorial credit on there. So
Kawati?
Coati, Koati. I do not know what it is.
Huh.
It was also written by James Key, Stephen Hoban, and Brian Morey, and is based on the concept Night of the Zombies by Clive Barker.
Zombies.
Zombies, that was his original idea for the name of the zoo zombies.
Oh, okay.
Getting into the cast, we've got Gabby Cosmitis as Gracie, and in the show Unicorn Academy, she plays a character named Isabel Armstrong. David Harbour plays Dan, and he plays Alexei Shostakov, aka the Red Guardian in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought I recognized that voice from.
Pierre Simpson plays Xavier and Bill, and he plays a character named Gabri DeBow in something called The Three Pines. Paul Sun Hyung Lee plays Felix, and in the 2024 live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender, he plays Uncle Iroh.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Scott Thompson plays Ash, and he played a director in The Pacifier. I'm assuming that must be the director of the secret agency that The Rock
Yes.
Vin
Yes.
Diesel
Yes.
works for. Is Vin Diesel?
I watched that a long time ago. That was an interesting movie.
Christina Nova plays Poot, and she played
Boots.
and she played Ventry in Bakugan, the anime.
Yeah.
Heather Loretto played Frida and a security guard, and in something called Mamita, she played Marie. Bryn McCauley played Bunny Zero, aka the first bunny that gets turned, a mutant and a radio announcer. And in Hotel Transylvania, the series, she plays Mavis. Carolyn Scott plays Grandma Abigail and a zoo announcer. And in Star Trek Strange New Worlds, she plays the Romulan Praetor in 1 episode.
Okay.
Kyle Derrick plays Fred. and he was Drago in Bakugan. Rob Tinkler played Maynard, Roy, Mutant, Monkey, Joey, and radio announcer. And he is the current voice of Woodstock in the Peanuts cartoons.
Really?
Yeah. And lastly, Joshua Graham plays Hank. And in open season Call of Nature, he played Elliot.
Ooh.
Kingdom Hearts connections. How many do you think we got?
Well, ever since I'm not standing right there and I can see your screen, which you now very cleverly just put.
You realize there was only that one time I didn't do that. You just didn't notice it for 3 months.
Apparently. But if I was to guess, I would probably go with. Oh, this is a new film, so maybe I want to say maybe 3.
No.
Higher or lower?
Lower.
1.
Lower is 0. Goose egg. Nada.
Wow. Okay.
I looked. I went.
Not dug.
Normally I will at least see like a music composer or some orchestrator or a French horn player or somebody. Not even that. There was like no connections between these films whatsoever.
Weird.
It happens very, very rarely. But yeah, that's what I've got for Kingdom Hearts Connect cast list and all that. What do we got in info and stuff?
All right, so info stuff. All right, so IMDb is a 6.0, 6.0 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes is a 91%, and its audience score is 82. So apparently the critics liked it a little more than the audience.
It happens.
It does. It's available to watch for free on Amazon Video if you're a member, which I would highly recommend. You go watch it. It's amazing. Purchase. Now, this is interesting because you can't buy this movie anywhere. Yeah. Be like, unless you want to pay a lot of money for it. So on eBay, you can go buy the DVD right now for $24.99. Or you can go to Amazon and buy the DVD, which is currently out of stock, for $57.99.
Question.
Or
these DVDs.
Yes.
Are they the French region? DVD?
No, they're English. They're English because it's the English title.
No, I know it's the title is in English. I'm asking, are these the French region DVDs? Like, are these the ones from France or Europe?
No. I think they're region 1, which is America and China.
That's America and Japan, but yes.
America and Japan.
No, it's just for a DVD, it's just America. Japan is 2. Anyway.
Yeah. So the Blu-ray, which is also out of stock, you can buy for $34.99. All right, production is Copper Heart Entertainment, Anton Entertainment, Crusades, U Media, Mac Gruff, IDL, huh?
It's Matt Guff.
Matt Guff. All right, thank you. Matt Guff. IDL.
The main reason I know that is because I actually had to look it up because I thought I saw a weird connection, but we'll come back to that.
Okay, gotcha. Matt Guff, IDL Film, House of Cool. That was interesting. House of Cool. Distribution. I have a hard time with it. Distribution. Thank you. Distribution. I said it wrong again. In France, it was Apollo Films. In Canada, it was Elevation Pictures. And here in the United States is Visit Kids. Its runtime is 92 minutes. Its release date I'm curious, it was first released on October 6, 2024. Where do you think it was first shown, Drew?
Cannes Film Festival.
No.
Tribeca.
9.
Amazon Prime.
That would have been funny. I would have loved to see this in theaters. It would have been freaking amazing.
Yeah.
But no, it was first shown at the 57th Stags Film Festival.
See, I didn't know the name. I didn't know that one. I didn't know that particular one. So,
All right, so on January 29th, 2025, it was first released in France. And then on March 7th to the same year, here in the United States and Canada. Box office. It had, hold on. I do not have its budget. Give me a second.
bum 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 bum
Exactly.
bum 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 bum. Ba-na-na-na-na-num, bum bum ba-da-dum, bum 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 ba-dum, bum 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 bum.
All right, got it. All right, so this movie had an estimated budget of $12 million. Its opening gross for the United States and Canada. Again, I don't have the information for when it was released in Canada. It's all I have is the United States. And correction, I do have the distribution for its international.
Mm.
So it earned 2.1 million dollars here in the old good United States. It's no, sorry, I read that wrong. Its opening weekend, which was on March 9th,
Mm-hmm.
it only grossed $813,961. Its overall gross here in the United States and Canada was 2.1 million dollars. Its international gross was $5.5 million. So this movie did not do well, even
Unfortunately,
though it's a spectacular film. It never made its budget back at all.
shame.
Yes. All right. So home release on February 2025. Before the film was released in the United States, BizKids announced in a UK distribution from Carnival or ever. Be like again, I'm going to butcher your names. I apologize. Media under Kazoo Films, following their successful partnership with one of their films, The Amazing Morris, in 2002. Uh, let's see, it would be in cinemas, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. The film went to digital on March 4th, 2021, 1 month after the film's release in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
So it had a very, very, very short window. Had what, 4 weeks? Like 4 weeks in the theaters, at least.
Yeah, and I'd like to give it the benefit of the doubt that it didn't have enough time to build it up.
Oh yeah,
But considering, and I'm not going to toot this movie's horn too early, considering
yeah.
a movie we're reviewing later this month was able to do a lot better than that with only 2 days of theater time.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah.
Gotcha. So that is all I have for info and stuff.
All right. Getting into the summary. Gracie, a young timber wolf, lives with her pack at the Culpeper Zoo, a massive animal theme park located in Western Canada. The pack's paranoid Grandma Abigail trains them for any upcoming disaster and warns them to never trust the other animals. The pack witnesses a new animal being transferred to an enclosure just as the zoo closes for the day. That night, a meteor crashes through the zoo, landing at the Cuddle Corner petting zoo, where a white rabbit eats it and is infected with a virus. Gracie escapes her damaged enclosure to investigate the crash, where she encounters the rabbit incubating in a giant pod. The zombie arm emerges from the pod and attacks her, but she escapes, only to come face to face with the new animal, a gruff mountain lion named Dan, who instinctively attacks her. Both of them are tranquilized by the oblivious zookeeper, who puts them in the vet station overnight. Meanwhile, the rabbit emerges from the pod as a gum beast, a zombified mutant with gelatinous skin. The rabbit, dubbed Bunny Zero, spreads its infection across the zoo. Gracie, Dan, and the other 4 animals, Xavier, a fastidious red-ruffed lemur, Felix, an egotistical proboscis monkey, Frida, a feisty capybara, and Ash, a sarcastic ostrich, escape being infected. They are attacked by Fred, an infected gorilla, and Felix's abandoned partner, prompting them to split up and flee into the utility tunnels. Gracie decides to head back to her enclosure and forces Dan to protect her on the way in exchange for the zoo keycard. Along the way, they meet Poot, an uninfected baby hippo, who joins them on their journey. They arrive at the enclosure to find that the rest of the pack has already been turned. Meanwhile, the others find themselves in the gift shop, where they agree to stay for the night. Nevertheless, tensions rise within the group, which leads to a brawl that results in them accidentally powering on the entire zoo as the Gumbeasts attack. Felix abandons his group to find the card key, while Gracie, Dan, and Poot are attacked by Fred, who merges with an infected giraffe into a monster which infects Dan. The Gumbeast attacks Gracie until he is seemingly cured by being submerged in a security office sink filled with soap and water. Afterwards, Dan leaves with the card key, coldly rejecting Gracie's idea to team up with the others. At the gift shop, Gracie and Poot reunite with Ash, Frida, and Xavier to cure the Gumbeasts, while Felix steals the key from Dan. Felix is attacked by a swarm of infected tree frogs, only for Dan to rescue him to reclaim the key. Felix successfully appeals to Dan for the card key, but is infected by the tree frogs before he can even use it. Meanwhile, Gracie and the others plan to cure the Gumbeasts by luring them into Dan's enclosure and flooding it with soap and water. Dan returns to help the group, and their plan seemingly succeeds. However, the Gumbeasts instead merge into a gigantic amalgam, which absorbs everyone but Gracie and Dan, who flee into the gift shop shortly before the amalgam destroys it. Dan and Gracie are attacked by the infected Poot, who accidentally activates a snow globe with a built-in music box and returns to normal. Gracie recognizes the music box's melody as the zoo's theme song, which plays at the clock tower every 7 o'clock, and recalls that the radio played the same song when Dan was cured. She realizes that the song itself is the cure and decides to activate the clock tower. After the amalgam absorbs Dan, Gracie rushes to the clock tower herself while Poot distracts the amalgam. The Gumbeast Felix tries to ambush Gracie, but she activates the clock tower and the song destroys the amalgam and returns the other animals back to normal. In the aftermath, Fred forgives Felix for abandoning him, Ash and Xavier become best friends, and Abigail and the rest of the pack start trusting the other animals. Dan leaves the zoo for the wild, but gives Gracie the key just in case she decides to join him. Getting into the trivia, which actually took me a little bit more work this week to get than normal. Notable horror creator Clive Barker provided the concept for this film's story and serves as its executive producer, marking his first foray into animation, though not his first time making media for children and families. For the Canadian side of production, the film was originally going to have its animation done by Tangent Animation. After their sudden closure in August 2021, animation duties was switched to L'Atelier Animation, who are best known for their work on Ballerina in 2016, according to this. According to concept art, characters were originally looking more realistic in the final product than they had gone in, which had gone into more cartoony designs later. Originally, the movie was going to be a 2-issue graphic novel about a boy getting trapped in a zoo during a zombie outbreak.
Ooh.
Back when the movie was still called Night of the Zombies, the main cast consisted of a wolf, lioness, red ruffed lemur, bear, rhinoceros, proboscis monkey, and 2 capybaras. Only the wolf, the red ruffed lemur, and the proboscis monkey, and one of the capybaras, who eventually became Gracie, Xavier, Felix, and Frida, made the cut. As evidenced by this concept art of the Gumbeasts originally more resembled the traditional depictions of zombies by having decaying flesh and protruding bones, but the producers decided this design for the zombies would be too scary for children, so they went with Gummy.
Good choice.
Lastly, you mentioned Matt Guff Animation was one of the companies involved with this. That threw me for a loop, because if you go back and watch pretty much any Illumination movie from before, I don't know when before, but for a while back, the full name of the animation company was always Illumination Mac Guff. So I looked it up, and apparently at one point, Illumination and Mac Guff were merged, but in the last 5-10 years or so, Illumination spun off everything that was not being involved in their movie making side of things
Mhm.
like the stuff used for making the teams working on commercials and special effects and things of that nature. And they spun that off into a whole nother company that works in France called Matt Guff. And then Illumination has the rest of it. So that's
very nice.
that.
Very nice.
And that brings me to the end of the trivia. What is your first like for this film?
My first like, oh my gosh, the lighting effect and atmosphere of this movie, it just from frame one is like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be amazing because just from a visual standpoint, it pops.
Mm-hmm.
There's I don't think there's a dull moment when it comes to the visualization or the visual aesthetic of this film. It does not let up.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially when like you mentioned the tunnel scene. The tunnel scene. Oh my gosh, I love that. It's like when that what kind of animal was that came in that scene? I can't remember. But either or.
I think
it
that's
was
the combination of Fred the gorilla and the giraffe.
could have been. I think it was a gazelle. I'm sorry, it was a gazelle.
Gazelle.
That
It was
first
creepy,
one,
whatever it was.
yeah, it was creepy as all out. It was so well done. It was like, oh my gosh! If I was a kid, I'd freak out about this movie.
Mm.
But it's just like how, like the Gumby Beasts, or as I like to call them, the Gumby Beasts were just Gumbies. Yeah, the Gumbies were
zombies.
just be like, yes, be like if it was me, I'd be eating a Gumbies all day.
Mm.
They just because I'm a Gumby fan, not as in the TV series because that was way before my time. But I love the aesthetic, the design, everything. Be like even down to the dwarf hippo. I love that design. It's, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. And it had to be glued from the first frame when it came to animate, like its animation style. It's I guess you can call it particle effects of the design, the lighting effects, everything. It's just so well done, and I enjoyed it. So that's my first like.
My first like on this one is the design of the Gumbies. The fact that you can still tell what animal it is. In fact, with one of the characters at least, because I think only one of the mains fully transformed into a Gumby, which was Poot. You can tell what character it is just by looking at them. So they're still identifiable even as their individual characters, but the whole gummy texture and the loss of color and the fluidity of the zombies or the Gumbies, I really, really enjoyed. It gave it this otherworldly alien kind of feel to it that was that was definitely necessary. And when they started it was a great way to have, the standard horror jokes of, they're holding on to like the head of one of these things that they think is dead, and all of a sudden it's still attacking them while they're holding it at a distance because they're gum. It's all, so they're able to do cool things like that. The whole fact that by the end of this, nearly every animal is in this giant chimera amalgamation of creatures. It's like, oh, I wasn't expecting to see that tonight. It's just kind of cool how it allowed for all of this. I only got really one like little nitpick, but I'm going to save on to that till we get to dislikes involving that. But because I do think there is one missing opportunity they could have done in this, but we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, I like the design of the Goombies because they were just so kind of cool in how they handled the zombie concept in a still kid friendly, not gory situation.
Yeah. So my second like kind of, it doesn't really bounce off yours, but it's more the it takes the tropes of the horror aesthetic and makes it doesn't dumb it down for like little kids, but it makes it more palatable for little kids. And at the same time, as an adult, as a reviewer, as a love, someone who has a love for animation, love for drawing, I just it has this it sets up every little thing you would think a horror film does.
Mm-hmm.
It does, and I was like, yes, okay, you're going in the tunnel. Okay, they can't find the keys. This. They're having all these conflicts with each other because that's
Mm-hmm.
what you find in horror films. And I think through like movie of the week podcast and just my own exploring of different genres
Mm-hmm.
of film, I have grown to appreciate more horror as a genre. And overall, I just again from first frame is like, okay, what are they going to do? What is going to happen in this movie that just sounds like a horror film for kids? And I was I was immediately hooked. I was immediately hooked with the concept of this movie, and just like when you start using little tropes from
Mm-hmm.
classic iconic horror films to just emphasize like, hey, we know what we're doing and we're going to make a children's film out of it. It was just brilliant, and I want more people to go watch this film.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, second, it is the horror aesthetics of this gloriously, beautifully colorful kids film.
You mentioned the horror aesthetics. I'm going to kind of
Mhm.
expand that into the entire B movie aesthetic
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
of the whole thing. Because not only do you got like the horror imagery, like this with zombies and such, like you see
Mhm.
in like Night of the Living Dead and
Mhm.
many other zombie flicks. At the beginning of this, you've got a throwback to Invasion of the Pod People.
Oh,
With with the way
oh yeah, absolutely.
the bunny gets, but Bunny Zero gets first consumed. And
Uh
the
huh.
only I'm watching this, I go, the only thing that we're missing here is a theremin going wild in the music right now, or someone saying "Klaatu Verada Nikto" or something.
Mhm.
It was just like it just had this immediate feels like this is this is a modern movie, yes,
Mhm.
but at the same time, this is a 50s, 60s era, 70s era B movie where it's
Yeah,
just going to be people running for their lives, trying to stay alive.
yeah,
Uh, things are just very pulpy, very chaotic in a good
Mhm.
way, and
yeah,
it's the kind of thing that it feels like the kind of thing that predates like your Friday the 13th and your Halloweens, but because it's just cheesy enough
yeah,
that it's fun, but it's still spooky enough, especially
yeah.
with the animation that you don't know what's going to happen next. I could see some kids, getting the piece scared out of them and hiding behind the
Oh,
couch. Very, it's but still watching the film.
oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
The
that's kind
movie's
of what
very engaging.
and that's what you want out of a film like this is
Mhm.
you want the kids to be scared but still watching. Because like
Yeah.
what's gonna happen next? I'm scared, but I'm gonna be brave. I'm scared, but I'm gonna be brave. The cute bunny is going to kill me. But yeah,
Yeah, I think it like Invasion of the Body Snatchers,
mhm,
Alien.
yeah,
There's the tunnel scene is very reminiscent of Nightmare on Elm Street.
mhm,
Like other little homages to the greats like you said, even Night of the Living Dead or something like that. Go back to the 50s, 60s, 70s,
mhm,
where it has this kind of a cheesemo kind of cheesy kind of thing to the
yeah.
film, but at the same time, it's just an incredible, fun, entertaining film that both adults and children will enjoy alike.
If only we had Vincent Price in a random role, but
Oh
unfortunately, he
my
passed
gosh,
long
I
before
was,
this.
mm,
That's literally the only thing the film is missing.
okay, that makes sense.
It's
That
some
does make sense.
overacting Vincent Price knockoff.
Yes.
But yeah, what's your third like?
Okay, so my third is like I kind of pointed out this one earlier, but it's worth repeating again. The cliches of the
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just the cliches were so fun. He's like the what was the lemur character?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the lemur or the monkey.
I can't remember. He was always spouting off something. You're like, oh, the third act we're going to do this,
Oh yeah,
and
that
we're going
was
to betray each other and
that
everything.
was the lemur. That was the
No, I
lemur.
thought so. I thought it was the lemur. But yeah, and at the same time, it makes me think of the movie Scream,
Mm-hmm.
like Scream 1, Scream 2, where it's like it's all the like the horror cliches and like it's like yeah, don't say I'll be back or something like that, or don't say I'm gonna go get something because you'll never come back. Because the quote unquote killer is gonna get you. But oh my gosh, I loved that little because the lemur just had me on not on edge, but more this. Okay, what is he gonna say? What is
Mm-hmm.
our characters gonna do? Because it's this care characters who literally have nothing to do with the other have to come together to solve this issue in order to save their existence from
Yeah.
this alien monster.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoy that you have a character who's running commentary on what oh my gosh, because I love TV. I love TV and this character is just doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's overall it's thoroughly enjoyable. I love this film. I would love it to have be like a relatively available physical media because I would watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But but maybe someday. Maybe someday
Yeah.
that'll come out. And not like have to pay an arm and a leg to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my third.
Yeah, my third like uh is gonna be the character of Dan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because Dan is like the gruff, smart character. He's the one who's going to survive.
Mhm.
He's the survivor, but he has to remember that he's responsible for all of these pampered zoo animals.
Yeah.
And he does a good job of handling that, I think. The actor does.
Yeah.
But he even has to come to the realization, like when he and the monkey are going off, he says, "Yeah, you're right. I am like you, but I'm not going to be that person." And he just gives him the key card and runs off, only for the monkey to get zombified seconds later.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I love that. Love it because you have that character who is so much very selfish about everything, and you have the comparison with Dan. It's more like because Dan is a very selfish character.
Yeah,
very selfish character because he's from the wild. He doesn't do the zoo thing.
Yeah,
and so you see those two characters cross, and that revelation that Dan is like be like, I can't do this. I can't abandon
can't be
people and
selfish.
be like this guy who's going to turn coat on everybody.
Yeah. Besides, who's going to say that this is zombie infection is going to stop at the zoo wall?
That is true.
But I thought the character is very good in how he deals with Gracie and all the other zoo animals. I especially like when Gracie's finally realized it's not the soap and water that was.
Oh yeah.
He goes, it's not. She goes, it's not the soap and water. Well, to be honest, I thought that was kind of a stupid idea to begin with, but whatever. It's like, it must be the music. That didn't make much sense either, to be honest. I love how he was just so no nonsense with all this, but was stuck here and had to help these people. And he does such a good job of being trying to be the voice of unpanicked reason, while still, for the most part, for a lot of it, being selfish until he realizes he's got to help save everybody. So, yeah, my third like is Dan. So
okay, awesome.
What's your first dislike?
Oh, my first dislike. So this is a nitpick, and I found it very irritating. So my first dislike: wolves with deep Southern accents make no sense in this film. No sense whatsoever. Because obviously it's placed in Canada. It'd be like when you say Canada, okay, that even makes more sense.
Canadian Timberwolves, for crying out.
Canadian Timberwolves. Be like, I even did like a small Google search, but that could be like the only place you're going to find a wolf is a red wolf in North Carolina, and they're virtually nearly extinct.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, why in the world is our main character Gracie? Gracie, right?
Yeah.
Gracie.
Why does she sound like Reba McEntire?
Yes. Why does she sound like Reba McEntire? Yes.
Literally, I had to look and see. Is this Reba McEntire voicing this character? It's not.
No.
But for a hot minute, I thought it was.
Oh my gosh. Fancy don't let me down.
Mm-hmm.
But I found it just very. I had to look this up. It's like, if it's based in Canada or France or here in the States, I'm like, where is this? Because being from a southwestern kind of a southern state, I don't recall ever wolves in this area. I was like, why in the world why do they sound like a hick? I don't know why they sound like a hick. I was like, it drove me nuts. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just more they wanted to diversify the voices in this movie.
I'm sure that's all it was, is they were wanting like a diverse sounding cast and decided.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
When they liked how this person performed the role, they went with it. So
yeah, I could see that. It was just more for me. It was like, why did they have southern accents? I can see why they did it, but it's just annoying.
It was so Gracie's sass would make sense in terms of her character, because she was very much a sassy Southern wolf.
Yes, because all Southern women are sassy.
I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying
I know you're not.
Really want a good sassy sounding voice? You pick.
It's going to sound like this.
It's going to sound like Reba McEntire.
True. Oh, I guarantee if Reba McEntire had fit in this film, actually be like, hold on, let me watch this.
I mean, there's no reason she couldn't have been.
No, there's not.
And it wouldn't have been Reba McEntire's first foray into horror either, for that matter, or monster movies in general, in any way.
Oh yeah, Tremors.
Because she's in Tremors.
Yeah, it's one of her first ever films she ever did.
Yeah. My first dislike for this film, I teased it earlier, and it's a missing opportunity that immediately, as soon as I saw Poot, I was preparing myself to see what I thought was going to come, and it never came. And that's that Poot probably has parents that are in this zoo.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
And it is, if you've been on the internet for more than, I don't know, a year, and you come across strange animal facts, you might be aware that the hippo is one of the most dangerous animals on the planet.
Yes, it is.
It actually got a higher kill count than like most of the more ferocious animals. So you're going, there's a baby pygmy hippo in this film. It has to have parents. And they've probably been turned into zombies. Where on earth in this film are the giant hippo zombies?
That's a very missed opportunity. I agree.
There. Other than it would have scared the living daylights out of everybody watching. When that thing starts barreling for it, that's probably the reason why there's not like a rhino or anything like that in this film, is that they were afraid that maybe been too scary, I'm guessing.
Maybe.
Because most of the animals do seem like the most run-of-the-mill zoo animals.
Nothing.
The most ferocious looking thing in here is the gorilla.
Yeah.
So,
or the mountain lion.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the minute I saw Poot, my first thought was giant hippo zombie. When is it coming? And it never came.
Yeah.
And that
I think that would have been a really good revelation. It's like, just get shocked. It's like, oh my gosh, Mom, Dad.
Or if they had worked it into the story where we find out, Poot doesn't have parents, that's why we don't have to worry about them.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool thing, but at the same time, I was like, you teased by this character even being here, giant hippo zombies, where are they? Without giving me without telling me where they went, you just decided never to include them.
Yeah, which is kind of like a missed opportunity.
It's very disappointing. Yes. So that's my first dislike.
So my second dislike is oh my gosh, the way I think it's clever because they set it up, but I think the execution is very poor. You have the It's like, oh, we can uh, dissolve our conflict with soap and water. That doesn't obviously work. And then all of a sudden, they just biomerge into this gigantic
Why
Gumby
did I
monster.
knew you were going to say biomerge?
That's the first thing came to mind, bro.
Third season
But
did go on. Moving on.
yeah, moving right along.
Dig a doom, dig a doom.
But I was like, oh, okay, this you could have done something different, except this, this merging of every every gooey abomination into something another abomination.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be wrong, it's a cool idea, but I think execution wise is just poor because there again be like the the way the movie resolves its issue is through music.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, again, I love how they, uh, how like she has to go and like has to get to the clock tower and like push the lever up. It's like you could have went and got a radio or something like that, but it builds tension. I get that,
Well,
but at the same time,
I understand why you say that, but she has no way of knowing what else is going to play
that is
those
true.
loudspeakers across the entire park, because she's trying to take all of them out at once and make sure
That is true.
that's the one thing she actually knows how
Yeah.
to trigger it. So
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
only-
The build up of the
Yeah.
story is great. I think it's just I don't know. I'm torn with it. I am torn with it. Let's be honest. I am torn with it.
The only other way I could see it, I could see it going a different way.
Yeah.
Is if like the end of the movie Elf, when Zoe Deschanel's character starts singing Christmas songs to get everyone to start believing in Santa, and that slowly started building among the animals, and as some of them were coming up, maybe they start singing to help everybody else.
That makes
too cutesy for me. I kind of do like just the giant clock going off.
Yeah, I agree.
Everything.
I agree. It does have this camaraderie because our characters are coming together and you want them all singing and trying to help each other. I get that. I think there could have been a cooler way to end the film, but I do agree with the way they did it. I think there was maybe uh, a more interesting way, but I do enjoy the execution.
Right.
There's just something about it, like, oh yeah, everything just merges into one, becomes this goopy monster that's going to stomp around.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes the power of music to bring it down. Weird. I enjoyed the execution. It was just kind of weird.
I mean, that's how you take out Venom, is with sound.
True.
And we don't know if it's just music or if it's kind of any kind of loud, long-running sound. So
yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's just that's what worked, and that's just I'm playing devil's advocate for here because I understand why you say that, but
yeah, fair.
Yeah. My second dislike for this is I don't really like the design of the zoo.
Okay.
It seems to change depending on the needs of whatever scene we're currently in.
Oh, agreed. It's like that does kind of change.
It doesn't really feel like a well planned out park, a well planned out set for the movie. Since everything is taking place here, I have no idea where the front entrance is compared to where the wolf enclosure is. I kind of do because you could see it from the entrance at the beginning of the film.
Yeah,
but that compared to say where the petting zoo is, to where the gift shop is, to where the hippo scene is, where the frogs catch the monkey with the at the door. I don't know where any of that is in relation to each other, because it's like whatever the scene currently needs, that's where we're at, and it looks like this because that's how it looks cool. And I'm sitting there going, it'd be real nice if I could see through the background, like at a normal zoo, especially since this is a cheap zoo from the look of things. This is definitely I say cheap. It's definitely a municipal zoo. It would be nice if I could see like clues of where this is in relation to something else. Like
Yeah.
to a degree, I should be able to see that clock tower thing in like every scene because it towers over. It should be towering over the rest of the park, and you except when you need to see the clock tower, you don't see the clock tower.
Yeah.
I just want it to I want it to feel like a real location. For the most part, it doesn't. Granted, I understand it didn't need to. This is a B movie. Things are kind of all over the place. It's kind of supposed to have that feel to it. I get that. It's just as a personal preference, I'd like to be able to set in relation where everybody is.
Fair.
And I don't feel if it feels like everything is as far away as the plot demands, not in a physical location.
So I agree.
That's
There's
like.
Yeah, I think that there's an opening shot in the film that kind of gives you a rough base of like
you can see where the wolf enclosure is compared to the clock tower and the front gate. And maybe it's just because I didn't know what the rest of the park looked like at that point, but I can't tell where anything else is.
Yeah, because there's a map they show at least a good proximity of what the park looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you. The fact that the layout is okay. We need this amazing scene to happen, so we need to discard. Be like, I don't know if they actually designed it in the movie. I'd be like they gave a general idea, but it looks like they just took the general idea and expanded it because by the end of this film, this park must be huge. But if you look at the map of it,
mm-hmm.
be like it's a very tiny zoo, very tiny zoo.
This zoo is like the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
And that only works with the TARDIS. Every other time it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Be like, they break their location to make a bigger and bigger scaled story.
I'm actually to a degree fine with the exaggeration. I just want at least a little more grounding.
Fair.
So that the exaggeration actually pops more.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
What's your third dislike?
I don't have one, actually.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, my third dislike is it's Fred, believe it or not. The way they were playing him, I thought he was going to be more of a character in the film. And really, he's like got a couple of speaking roles, or a couple of lines at the beginning. And at the end, the rest of the time, he's a giant zoo monster. It's like, okay, that's cool how you subverted my expectations and all.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't even get to see him get turned. He turned off screen. So the only clue we had is it opens up and go, oh, yeah, that's the gorilla. That's Fred.
Oh, yeah. I totally agree with you. That'd be like, I think Fred the gorilla should have been a much larger presence in this film because there again, you got this big gorilla and he's only in one or two scenes and that's it.
Yeah, it's like, but
like you do see him at the very end of the film, but
I'm fine with him being like the sacrificial lamb that allows the main group.
Oh yeah, that was a good scene. Do not be wrong.
I kind of wanted him to get caught while running with everyone else towards the vet's office. If he got caught there and he got left outside, and then we see that it's like, okay, he tried and didn't make it, and now we have to deal with that. But
yeah,
he didn't even make it out of the enclosure before he got turned. So
yeah,
I just wish we'd gotten a little more with that character because he the way he's set up, it feels like he's one of the party, but he's not even given the chance to try to escape with the party.
Yeah, and then other than that, we get the other. I think he's orangutan. I think.
It's what did it call it? It was proboscis monkey.
Yeah, proboscis monkey. We get him instead. But I understand why they brought him in, which is fine. Do not get me wrong.
I'm fine with that character making it in, but I kind of wanted there to be more of a hope that the gorilla was going to survive his fellow neighbor's betrayal, only to be taken away at the very end. I wish they'd given him more of a chance before it's like, okay, and he's a zombie. It's like,
oh yeah,
okay,
yeah. I think it was kind of be like there could have been more opportunity for the character of Fred to be more of a like a spotlight in this movie, because he was a very funny character, and you'll be like, you instantly, it's okay, I like this character, and then immediately he gets turned, and then you get one scene with him, and that's it.
Yeah, and he was the only one that really felt like something was wrong, and they need to take care of something, and he's the one who gets turned. So it's like,
yeah,
you could have done a little more with this. I do like the idea of the one smart character being the one who can't escape because everyone else is taking advantage of him. I think that's an interesting story trope.
Yeah, agree.
But I still wanted there to be hope that he would survive until you got to the vet's office.
Yeah.
You see them get in there, getting it closed, and he's running up on there. And yeah, maybe he doesn't get a chance to bang on the door before he gets caught. But but then when when the zombies do start coming in and we get Fred fully gummy zombie-ified, that would have been like a cooler reveal, I think, than oh yeah, he didn't escape the enclosure and now he's here. How did he know to come here? He's Gumby zombie. How does he know? It would just been nice if he got turned while escaping because his neighbor basically messed him up. I just think that would be a better way to handle that. But I don't know, maybe they tried that and they thought it would be too mean for a kid movie. I don't know.
Fair.
I don't know. That's just my theory.
That's true. But I do agree. Fred is very much a character that it's a missed opportunity for a good character reveal, because they're gonna, like you said, be like, he's in a scene, he is betrayed by his comrade, basically thrown to the wolves or thrown to the
Gumbies,
thrown to the rabbits who have turned Gumby, and that's bringing up a good point. Be like, there's a lot of points in this film where obviously you don't need to explain everything, but I think if you explained a lot of like some other things, I think it would flush the story out a little bit more. But I think that's
there are moments in this, like you're saying, that where if this was a horror movie for adults, like if that was the thought process in making the film, they would have gladly shown every nasty, horrible scene.
Oh yeah.
But because
I think there was opportunities there they never took.
Yeah, because the thought process might be, we're making this for kids, so we do need to soften it a little bit.
Yeah,
I think ultimately hurts the film. I think just the fact that they're made of gummy and can so easily be turned back into normal, I think softens it enough for the kids.
Yeah, it does. And I think the Gumby aspect of it does make it more palatable for children, and it doesn't make it as much more.
This is also me looking at it as an adult, going, I want to see all this cool stuff that they didn't want to animate, and it would probably be more expensive for them to animate than not doing it. So, yeah. But yeah, that's my third and final dislike for this film.
Okay.
What are you
ranking this? You first.
Me first. I'm giving it an 8. It's a fun little horror movie. Great way to start off our Halloween coverage.
Oh yeah.
It's a good monster. It's a good monster movie that kids of all ages can watch. Just like we said, be aware that about how your kids reacting, because if it gets a little too scary for them, because this film does legitimately get scary.
It does. Oh my gosh, you are not kidding.
Just be aware of that. So you may have to use your best judgment. You know your kid better than we do. But yeah, this is a good, fun little child-friendly horror movie. That's just fun to watch. So yeah, 8.0.
Okay. I'm going to go a little bit higher, 8.5. I thoroughly enjoy the story, the characters, the character build up. I do agree there's some missed opportunities here and there. that could really ramp this thing up. But obviously, they want to keep it more of a children's film.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but overall, I enjoyed this movie. It's an 8.5. It's a high praise for it. Um, I don't think it's. I'm almost in that 9, but there's little things here and there with this film. It's like, like all the points we brought up in our dislike.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gives it that 8.5, but it's so close to being a 9 to me.
Yeah. And that brings us to the end of this review. Next
Yes.
week, as in this Friday,
Mhm.
assuming all goes well,
Yes.
PaulJPowers.com is joining us for
Yay.
The Day the Earth Blew Up, a
Yes.
Looney Tunes movie. The first of the Zaslav Looney Tunes rescues. Thank you, Zaslav. Zaslav. You hating fun cartoons. You actually, I don't know if that's how you feel, but it's still it looks that way.
Oh yeah.
But yes, join us next week for that. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and do our intermission, and on the other side, we will be continuing our kind of horror movie theme with dolls that may or may not be alive. Almost like Annabelle, but different because none of them are girls and none of them are actually creepy.
Yes.
But either way, join us on the other side of the bumpers for that.
This podcast is a proud member of Culture Box. Whether you enjoy geeky reviews, comedy, or original fiction, you can open up the Culture Box and find something excellent for your soul. Point your web browser to culturebox.media.
This week, we suggest checking out Geek Devotions. Geek Devotions is a collaboration of devoted geeks that are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. They produce a weekly geek culture-infused devotional, their podcast, Com Talk, and written articles, all designed to encourage and challenge people in their geek communities, bridging the gap between their faith and their geekdoms. You can find all their content at geekdevotions.com. The Cellcast would also like to thank the following patrons. Book of Gaming has returned at the $5 level.
Yay.
So thank you, Char Char, for that. The Monster Island Film Vault, Edwin Gonzalez, and still PaulJPowers.com.
Nice.
If you would like to have your name shouted out on the show, some special art from Jacob, uncut episodes, or if you give us that's all at the $5 level. For an additional $5, you can make us review something within reason. And even come on the show. Unfortunately, all our slots for 2025 are bought, so try again in 2026. You can go ahead and reserve your spot now if you're desperate to force us into something. But do that. Plus, go check out our merch store for t-shirts, stickers, all that kind of good stuff. Plus, go check out Jacob's Like an Artist streams when those can start back up. I'm assuming they're starting back up. That's why I keep promoting them.
At some point.
And on Tuesday nights, join me for some Dragon Quest 3 currently, as I am working through that for a future review I'm guesting on sometime next year. So
Nice.
join us in all of those locations.
Nice. All right. So before we get back, I need to run to the restroom. We'll be back.
I had a feeling I was going to offer.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you.
No worries, dude. Soon you get back. So, guys, how are y'all doing out there in internet streaming land? I should say thank you for joining us, Geek Devotions. Yeah, Jacob is not at my apartment. He is in his apartment because he is still recovering, and this was the easiest way to handle it and still do the show. Artsy Steph says, greetings from the future. She was then asking, wasn't Biomerge from Digimon, which it was, namely the 3rd season. Then she says, makes me think of the Kirby Elflin monster. Elflin. Not sure on that one. Sound and explosives, referring to what cured the zombies. She says she's doing good, and she's in New York, so it's very late. Yeah, where you are, it's going to be like 9:46. You're up far later. Or you're not far up. You're to you. This is still early, but compared to where you are, I guess it is late. But you're having a ball with your niece, which is awesome. Thank you for joining us, even if you're only in here for a couple minutes. We appreciate that. As we wait for Jacob to come back from getting relief.
Yes, I have the butter the size of the kitchen.
I wasn't going to say anything. You heard me the whole time, didn't you?
No, I didn't actually. I took these off, when I went to the grocery.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing I didn't say anything bad then.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Are you ready to get back into this?
Yes.
All right.
What are we starting on? What's the first one we're starting with?
Batman. First Batman tonight is...
Yeah, read my list.
Read
Oh,
my
yeah,
lips.
that's a good one.
No new
Yeah,
text.
that's a good one.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. Batman. There is a song the good books sing.
Wow.
Read My Lips. Production episode 64, broadcast episode 59. First aired May 10th, 1993. It was written by Alan Burnett and Michael Reeves and directed by Boyd Kirkland. In this episode, Gotham police are baffled by a series of crimes executed with clockwork-like precision. Batman investigates and discovers that the crimes are planned by a mob boss known as Scarface. He traces Scarface to his lair, a deserted mannequin warehouse, and discovers to his astonishment that the crime czar is a wooden dummy, manipulated by a mild-mannered man called the Ventriloquist. New cast for this episode, we got Earl Bowen as Rhino, Joe Piscopo as Mangator and Muggsy, Neil Ross as Tatso, and George Zunza as both the Ventriloquist and Scarface. Trivia for this episode, DC wanted the Ventriloquist to be a rather poor ventriloquist, managing his pronunciations when speaking as Scarface, as he is in the comics. Paul Dini felt it would hamper the voice actor's performance and talked them out of it. Unlike most versions of Scarface, this version doesn't have the distinctive characteristic of mispronouncing words with the letter B due to the ventriloquist's inability to throw his voice in B sounds, instead substituting it for G and G sounds. For example, Gottman, God, Gi, Glackmail, and so on is how... But this version does not do that. The ventriloquist was going to make most of his money by fixing gambling and sporting events and would have had a base on a barge.
Oh.
And lastly, this is the final episode in the show to have animation services provided by TMS Entertainment, formerly Tokyo Movie Shinsha Corporation. TMS would be gone from the DCAU franchise until Superman, the animated series. Probably because by this time they were actually working on Animaniacs, I'm guessing. Because I think around the time Animaniacs was starting.
Possibly. I
could be wrong on that timeline, I'll admit. Yeah. But I know they worked on Animaniacs also. But this would also be, by the time Superman came out, everything was moving to Kids WB off of Fox Kids. So
yeah,
bear all that in mind. All right. So what are your thoughts on this episode?
Oh, I remember when I rewatched this series with the box that I have, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is really dark because it deals with the psychological, and I really, really enjoy the fact that like Scarface, who's a puppet, he's not real, but the trend words fail me. Trent, the guy who's running the show. I'm sorry. Ventriloquist. Thank you. I'm going to butcher it. I apologize. The ventriloquist is like the real mastermind. There's no indication that Scarface is a real puppet, that he's possessed by something. Like the Chucky doll from Child's Play
Mhm.
or something like that. But he's just simply a puppet, and the ventriloquist is the real mastermind behind everything, and it's more like the split personality kind of thing, where he's yeah, I really enjoy that fact, and with the fact that this throws the detective Batman himself for a loop. It's like what's really going on, and he discovers what's um the heightened paranoia of the Scarface personality of the ventriloquist, and
Mhm.
I really enjoy that he exploits that. He exploits that and enrages Scarface, where it's and I find this episode so enjoyable that it does deal with all these little different elements,
Mhm.
and it's just fun when you have a puppet and a ventriloquist to as your main villain for an episode. Yeah, so that's my general take on this. This is a very wonderfully made episode, and I enjoy the aspect of the villain, and I like even at the end of the episode, even the end of the episode, he's convinced the uh, the people at um, Arkham that
Mhm.
he's perfectly fine and everything. But why in the world would you put him in a wood shop? Because be like Scarface is made of wood. So why would you put him in a wood shop with a
I
knife
mean,
to
they may not have known he made the original Scarface. So since the
Mm,
Scarface dummy was destroyed,
true.
that and we were dealing with a psychosis here. It could be that with the ventriloquist seeing, maybe the thought was if the ventriloquist saw the dummy get killed,
Yeah,
then
it would break the
maybe that would
psychosis.
break the psychosis. And
Oh, I absolutely love that
obviously it
scene
didn't.
where
Don't get me wrong.
yeah, where the goons accidentally shoot up Scarface.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my gosh, that was so be like obviously it's a cartoon and you're seeing a character get obliterated
Yeah,
who's a
because
wooden
if you stop
character.
and think about it, this is the only time where we see a villain die in this show.
Yeah.
And it's
Actually, on screen, you see this character get obliterated like from
yeah,
out
get
of a
shot
1930s and
to
40s mob movie.
smithereens.
Oh yeah.
Like
Those wood chips.
you couldn't do this with the Joker, you couldn't do this with the Riddler, but who can you do it with? The wooden
Scarface.
puppet.
He's a
As long, as long as the ventriloquist doesn't get hit, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. You can destroy robots, you can destroy inanimate objects, but don't do it to actual human characters.
Yeah, that's
But
how
I
you get
love
around.
that scene. I was like,
That's
oh
how
my
you get.
gosh, it's perfect.
That is how you get around the Fox censors.
Oh yeah.
It
And
just
the stuff
can't
they
be
got
a lie.
away with this in this series, oh my
Oh
gosh.
yeah, oh yeah. Uh, this is one of the episodes I do remember from being a kid because I had not seen like a ton of ventriloquist stuff before this point, but I
Mhm.
did think, oh, look how cool this is with like
Yeah.
this guy is the villain. You don't even as a kid, I was thinking maybe Scarface is alive, but he has to have somebody's hand operating him so that
Yeah.
he can
Mhm.
do something. So maybe the
Yeah.
ventriloquist is actually
Unwilling participant?
a victim of this.
Yeah.
And that works until you get to the very end
Oh
and
yeah.
he's recarving Scarface. Like, okay, yeah, that's not anything like that. Granted, I'm trying to do some weird alien mix mash.
Yeah.
I mean, Poison Ivy's not even really a half plant, half woman in this version of Batman. So,
Yet.
no, yeah.
Yet.
So I don't know why I would have thought in comparison, like, oh, well, this can be a puppet parasite thing.
Mhm. Oh, that would have been interesting though to
That would
pull
be an
that.
interesting way to handle it. But
Yes.
but as a kid, you imagine way too much into these things.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I thought this was an interesting idea when I was a kid. So
Mhm.
I'd kind of forgotten it was in here because we had seen 60 episodes by now. And I would
Close enough.
I
58,
would
I
have
think.
assumed this would have been like an earlier episode due to how much I remembered it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I can also see me like, coming home from school, watch Power Rangers. This would have come on
Like
afterwards.
you do. Oh yeah.
And I didn't know the idea of reruns and seasons. I kind of did, but it's like, oh,
Mhm.
Batman's on. I'm gonna watch Batman. Which episode is it? Oh, it's the one with the cat guy turning Catwoman into a cat girl. That's that
Oh.
episode again.
Yeah.
Because that one repeated so often.
Mhm.
But I do, so I can very obviously see it not correlating in my mind that this would have, when this was a new episode, where it
Yeah.
would have fit into everything, because I probably saw like, you killed Captain Clown the day before this. So
Yeah.
I can easily see that happening. So I do remember enjoying this one as a kid, and I enjoy it now. It's just a fun concept for an episode. So yeah. It's a good episode, and definitely if you're not keeping up with us and maybe you're just kind of going through and cherry picking the episodes based on our reviews of it, this is one I actually would suggest. It's a good one.
Oh yeah, it's highly recommended. It's such a good episode. Definitely check it out.
Also tonight we're looking at The Worry Men, production episode 65, broadcast episode 64, aired September 16th, 1993. Awful big jump there. Written by Paul Dini and directed by Frank Parr. In this episode, wealthy socialite Veronica Vreeland returns from Central America bringing tiny handmade dolls for all her friends. According to native legend, once placed under a pillow, the dolls do the sleeper's worrying for them. Unknown to Veronica or her guests, each of the dolls contains a tiny microchip which plants hypnotic suggestions inside the sleeper's brains, even Bruce. New cast for this episode: Roger Rose plays the Jaguar Shaman. Vernie Watson Johnson plays Dana Blessing. I mean, for some reason I think that's switched, but oh well. And lastly, LeVar Burton.
Yes.
Geordie LaForge in Star Trek, or the host of Reading Rainbow, Take Your Poison, played Hayden Sloan and a henchman in this episode. And the minute I heard his voice, I was like, oh, I know who that is.
That's Geordie.
It's Geordie. Trivia for this episode: the Mad Hatter's quote is from the Lewis Carroll poem Jabberwocky, featured in the book Through the Looking Glass.
Oh, okay.
This episode makes it clear that the Mad Hatter in the DC animated universe is actually British, despite his pronunciation of certain words with American English, possibly for American audiences who would otherwise not understand. Near the end of this episode, while the Mad Hatter talks about wanting to buy an island, his animation is very smooth compared to that of the other characters, Batman included. This is because the Mad Hatter is briefly animated on ones, meaning his character moves every frame, while the other characters are animated on twos, meaning they move
that
every
makes
frame.
sense now.
This was likely done to emphasize the eccentricity and elusiveness of the Hatter. The same technique of animating different characters at different rates was used in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse in 2018 to convey the experience of one character compared to another. Basically, they did it to make him look crazier.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we get the Mad Hatter back, which was, believe it or not, I think as a kid for this show, this was like one of my favorite villains, despite the fact that I'm not a big fan of Alice in Wonderland.
Fair.
I think it just comes down to the fact that he can do the mind control stuff, which I find is an interesting deal. And admittedly, since this is all very not Alice in Wonderland themed for the most part, I did not see the twist coming that's who this was.
I was in the same boat.
We're halfway through this episode. It's like, it's obvious the Worry Men things are the ones doing this, but I didn't know how they were doing it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you get the shaman jumping around everywhere. I go, he's obviously the villain. It turns out he's just as much a victim as anybody else is.
It's a lot of misdirect.
Yeah. And so the minute you realize, oh, there's a microchip. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the 90s. You didn't have to explain anything more than it was a microchip.
Yeah, pretty much.
On what this weird technology was. It didn't matter. It was like, there's a microchip. It's like, dude, there's thousands of microchips in this phone right here.
Yeah.
That you're listening to. It's like one microchip is not just going to automatically turn you into a mind-controlled zombie, but that's just how this weird technology works. So the minute I realized that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this probably is going to be Mad Hatter, even though there's no hats in this one, and it's not very Lewis Carroll, but still, it's a good, fun episode. What are your thoughts?
Agreed. I enjoyed it because there again, like there was a lot of misdirect, and it was like who's actually who's the baddie of the episode? Why is because you have our Catalyst character who's come back from her safari and she's brought all these gifts and everything, and it's more be like it's not one of the like it's my first thought was to be like, oh no, she's not the villain, she's just more she's been played into or something like that, because they're going to be like they do a lot of misdirecting with this.
It has been a while since Veronica Vreeland was on the show.
That is true,
because I had to double check that this wasn't a new character. It's just been like 20, 30, 40 episodes since she's been on.
Yeah. Very true. But overall, I feel like I enjoyed this episode because there again, animation, as always, is amazing. You have the Mad Hatter returns, and I do like because they do keep within the theme of the Alice in Wonderland character. He's like he does quote a Lewis quote, and because when you try to keep a character tied in with what their origin is, it makes it better. Because if you try to branch out too far, you lose the character, you lose what your objective of the character is. And I was just like, this isn't one of those film episodes that I was like, okay, I love this. The animations are really well done. It's a good episode. It's not the previous episode we just reviewed.
Yeah.
Read My
Lips. Sorry.
Yeah, Read My Lips was a fantastic episode. Oh my gosh. This was kind of like, okay, this is, if I were to scale it, probably I guess, oh my gosh, that would be a nightmare to rank all these episodes one day. That'd be nuts. But overall, it's an enjoyable episodes. It's a good episode. It's not one of these. It's not a the Demon's Quest or anything like that. It's just a good episode.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So we've been kind of talking about this coming up, in that we are taking a short break from Batman the Animated Series, not because we're not enjoying it, but simply because we need a palate cleanser. Like we said, we've reviewed 60 or so episodes of this. We have, if we were to record for the next month, we've been recording Batman episodes for a year.
Yeah.
We need a break, because as much as good as the show is, we want to finish as strong as we started. So we are going to jump to another show for a short amount of time. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, it's again, Batman the Animated Series season 1 is phenomenal, and like Drew said, the need to change it up a little bit is very much needed, because Drew said it's not going to go. It's going to be like, if we continue on this course, it's more okay. We've been doing this for a year. We need something. We need a break, and so we are doing what?
We are going to be watching an anime called Outlaw Star, which will take us, I think, into March before we come back to February till we come back to Batman.
Gotcha.
I've got this figured out correctly. But starting next week in this spot, we will be reviewing Outlaw World and World of Desires, the first two episodes of the television series Outlaw Star. Yeah. So join us for that.
Yep. Or you got the artwork pinned up.
So, anything you want to say before we jump out of here, Jacob?
Other than that, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. And thank you again for those who prayed for my surgery and my little unexpected visit to ER in Dallas. I appreciate that. And overall, just thank you so much for giving us 6.5 years of doing what we do for fun. And thank you so much for everything, guys. And
Indeed.
hope to continue. And I'm looking forward to Outlaw Star because I remember watching that in its entirety. And it's a funky series. It's a good series. It's
Mm-hmm.
funky.
Again, it's got amazing background art. So
Oh yeah, you're not kidding.
join us for that. But in the meantime, this has been Drew.
This is Jacob.
And we'll catch you in the next frame.
To follow Jacob and Drew's individual internet exploits, check out the Linktree links in the show notes. You can email us at thecellcastpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter or X at @cast_cell. Follow our Facebook page, The Cellcast Podcast, and join our Facebook group, The Cell Nation, our YouTube channel, Cellcast, and our Rumble channel, The Cellcast Gaming. You can join us every Friday night at 7 p.m. Central for our live recordings of our episodes on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. You can also join Drew on those same streaming channels on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central for gaming streams. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else fine podcasts can be downloaded from. Please rate and review us where you found us. Our theme song is Drop and Roll by Silent Partner. Our bad movie theme is It's Party Time by Gregory Snegoff, with additional audio from the film Titanic, The Legend Goes On. And remember, that's Cell with a single L.
Jacob, I just realized something.
What's that?
You realize that for both Bad Movie Month and Halloween Month, we started off with movies involving Gumby.
You're right.
I really hope that doesn't follow through.
That is true. Oh my gosh.
And that's the end of the episode, guys. Thank y'all
Yeah.
for joining us. Let me find
Yes,
somebody
thank you.
for our Twitch people to raid real quick. There's probably a few guesses which way that could go.
Oh yeah.
If I can click the buttons
Is
fast
Char
enough.
Char on?
Char Char is not on, actually,
Really?
which is strange. So I guess we're going to Aki and Fam. That looks like they're playing some Destiny 2. So y'all go say
Okay.
hi to them for us, and we will catch y'all later.
All right.
I
Bye.
really should say that after I've hit the button, and the 10
Yes.
seconds have already counted down.
Hit the button.
I've hit the button. I guess I have to wait for 10 seconds, which is the annoying part.